360 Sports, along with their great sponsors, Lonsdale, Liquid Caffeinated Water, and Malone Lodge. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge is Robert Smith. Timekeeper is Dale Elliott. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Steve Gray, Marcus McDonald, and Terry O'Connor. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, the 3rd man in the ring, will be Howard Foster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Odyssey Arena here in Belfast, Northern Ireland, this is our main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing blue trunks with white trim and weighed in at 17 stone, 2 pounds, or 240 pounds. Coming to us from Atlanta, Georgia, USA. His record consists of 28 wins, just 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former world title challenger, Kevin Kingpin Johnson. And his opponent across the ring in this 12-round main event, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing green with gold trim and weighed in at 17 stone, 10 pounds, or 248 pounds. Hailing from Manchester, England, he is undefeated with 19 wins, and 14 of them come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated former British, Commonwealth, and Irish champion, and the current WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Tyson Fury.
Sporting both in the dressing room, you both know what I expect. Keep it clean, great straight away with toe. Both you want to exit both. Good luck to the ball, touch gloves. Touch them up.
Kevin Johnson, never been stopped, never been down. Tyson Fury can make a major statement, because at the moment this division is all about names, about David Price, David Haig. Fury, of course, wars of words, but tonight the only name that matters to Fury is Kevin Johnson. That is the job that's in front of him. And it will be a stiff test. A man who lasted the distance with Vitaly Klitschko in Basel, in Switzerland back in 2009. Fury looking for that left hand to the body early. Needs to stay calm. He says he's in the shape of his life, and he looks like he's in the shape of his life as well.
Yeah, he looks in good condition. Obviously towering above his opponent. And his main weapon is going to be that left jab, that left lead. Just boxing at distance early on, just to feel out his opponent. But Johnson, seen it all before, just blocking that jabs, just leaning back just to try and avoid that shot. But Tyson Fury, as long as he can use that jab, there you go. That's not a bad way to establish a lead against an opponent like this.
Well, effectively, all the attributes that Fury has, the ones, maybe to a lesser extent, that Klitschko had. He can dominate from the centre of the ring, but he wants to do more than that. He wants to get this crowd going. Just get a feeling that the body's sorted out, the head's sorted out, that the serious work starts tonight here for Tyson Fury. Combination there from Fury, but Johnson covering up.
I think this is quite a sensible start here from Fury. He's not taking too many risks by getting too close to his opponent. He's putting combinations together now, but he's working well behind that jab, and that is a real big problem for Johnson. He can't get past it. He's blocking the odd one here and there and parrying, but he can do little else. It's another bad start from Tyson Fury. Sensible, boxing at range and just taking a look.
Yeah, sensible and sharp and patient. It is the new Tyson Fury. He won't mind getting some rounds under his belt here.
You've got to remember, Johnson's never been stopped, only been beaten twice. And Klitschko fought for the championship of the world. Better word from Tyson. Tyson Fury, rather.
Yeah, good work from Fury at the end of it. Slightly tentative, slightly cagey round one.
Static in front of him now, showing the moves now, fake move off, giving the moves now, yeah? Okay. On your feet, double jab, fake the double jab, slip and move. You let him wait. And this fella here, yeah, he's not getting into it yet. You see his game plan, he's hoping to come on later, yeah? So again, move around, he's showing the angles, yeah? Move off to the right, and fake your jab, and use your boxing.
Well, sensible words here in the corner for Fury, just telling him to move a little bit more.
Slipping off, showing move.
Let's take a look at some of his work here.
Yeah, I thought it was a good round from Fury. Boxing at range, lovely straight right hand there. All set up behind the jab also. And still keeping his distance. So that's a good opening round for Fury.
Plenty here for Fury to build on as he backs Johnson up at the start of the second round and looks for that right hand. He was told to move, and boy, is he moving. Just a little word there from Howard Foster about a punch to the back of the head. Suddenly that jab's got a little more snap in it.
Yeah, it's important that Fury listens to his corner and doesn't take too many risks early on in this contest. I'd still like to see him box at range, maybe in this round, growing confidence a little bit more, which he is doing. This is good stuff. And switch with the right hand to the body.
Yeah, it is good work from Fury. The Belfast crowd, as Fury asked, chanting his name. Johnson, though, with a little bit of success there.
Well, Johnson, Davey, he's realising early on in this contest that if he boxes at range, stays at distance, he's just being outworked and he can't handle that jab. So he's decided now, hands up. He's starting to get closer, needs to get closer to Fury, maybe work on the inside. So he's coming forward, keeping that guard nice and high, blocking the shots as he's coming, but he's got to close that gap down, and that's his big problem here.
Certainly what he's trying to do, he's got to take a risk or two to get close to Fury, and that maybe is his problem. Fury on the back foot as Johnson comes forward. Already showing that it's an intriguing test for Fury, but good left hands there from Tyson Fury. Now Johnson just needs to get away from that corner.
Yeah, this is good work from Fury here, sustained pressure from him. Really fancying it now on the inside also. Johnson just complaining to the referee, saying there was a shot back of the head again.
Well, he can't do that. Protect yourself at all times. Looked over at Howard Foster, not the way to go at all.
I wouldn't like to see Fury get too confident too soon, Dave, here. He's boxing well, he's winning, and he's controlling things, but he's taking a few more risks now by getting in close, and that's when he could get caught himself. So he's just got to box sensibly here, mid-long range still. There you go, look at Johnson not too far away with that shot.
Well, he's having bits of success, and success breeds confidence, and sometimes confidence breeds overconfidence. and that's when things can go wrong. Johnson knows what he has to do. Question is whether he can find that shot, that right hand.
But look, I don't want you taking chances, yeah? No chances. Watch, slip, move. Do you understand?
Yes.
Don't get trading, don't get carried away.
Well, so far, so good
not interested,
for Tyson Fury. Richie, let's just take a look at some of his work here in the second.
Yeah, he got cornered here, so he finds himself in a bad position, and Johnson landed with a couple of good shots. But then Fury then responds, and he responds with 2 or 3 good left hooks here. So he got a bit nasty there, did Fury. Just got to settle down a little bit, listen to that corner. They don't want him taking too many chances. That's what they said in that corner.
One of the problems for him on occasion has been that left jab can get a little bit lazy. And as it did against Nevin Pajic, could open up the right hand over the top. Johnson will be fully aware of that, and Fury needs to keep snapping it into the face of the American.
Yeah, he's got to vary his movements as well here, Fury. Going to move to his right a little bit more after that jab. Doesn't need to be moving to the left all the time, because he will invite that right hand over the top. But this is better work now from Fury, switching the attack to the body also. Good stuff.
Yeah, encouraging work from Tyson Fury. Just a reminder of what this night might mean, as Mark and Richie were discussing before the fight. If Vitaly Klitschko should retire to concentrate on his political career, there is every chance that the winner of this fight could fight the winner of Stiven against Ariola for the WBC belt. That is potentially what's on the line.
Yeah, and if he can do something here that Klitschko couldn't, if he could knock out this fella or stop him, that just might draw Vitaly Klitschko into picking up that phone and saying, OK then, Mr. Fury, you want a shot at the title? Let's do it.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? We're seeing a more controlled Tyson Fury. He just switches here momentarily.
Yeah, switches to southpaw. Now he's got to watch he doesn't move on to that right hand. But just confusing Johnson here.
Of course, he beat Martin Rogan fighting as a lefty. He was that confident, so he has it in his locker and has decided to fight left-handed here in the third, but must just be careful.
One step back, both of you, no punching around the back. Up top.
I think what we need to see from Fury now is maybe a few more combinations, just like that was on cue. That was better. 3 or 4 shots there going in from Fury. I think Johnson is handling the single jabs, but 2s, 3s and 4s, that's different. Better work from Fury.
And if you can just up the pressure throughout the fight, that is the sensible way to go here for Fury. Get the impression that a couple of years ago he'd have come out and tried to get rid of this fella early on, but this is sensible.
Yeah, that's good boxing. Not taking any risks. Again, for me, he's won all 3 rounds here.
Let me see the right hook. Right there for it.
I want to take a good shot, trying to hurt you. Let's see what you help. He's a good shot. Let me see what you help. Good boy, let me go.
Well, interesting in between rounds here. Kevin Johnson was being spoken to by his corner and just went walkabout. Now he's up on his feet. You don't see that too often.
No, he even spoke to someone just behind us saying, yeah, I got him. He's, he's very confident.
Well, Fury a little more conventional, and nothing wrong with that. Johnson just came over and told us and someone behind us that he had Fury. We'll see. Round 4 here, and Fury has won the opening 3, surely. But Johnson's still very much in there.
Oh, no, both of you. Work it out. Come on, get him out.
Yeah, just occasionally Fury can just switch off Dave here and there, and just allows Johnson back in. We've often seen it in his contest before. He just has a lapse in concentration here and there, does Tyson Fury. He's got to watch that.
Good sharp left lead there from Kevin Johnson. Might just spur Fury into action here. He does have a reputation, and it's deserved at times, Kevin Johnson, for getting really lazy during fights and not using his talent as he might. Can't afford to do that here.
And I think what is important here, Dave, is Tyson Fury can't afford to waste too many shots, because Kevin Johnson, you just sense that he's just saving a little bit in the tank. So Fury, just be a little bit more accurate with his work. That's what he's got to do. And don't waste the punches.
There's a little smile on the face of Kevin Johnson, as if he's just warming to the task a little. Fury made to miss there with that swinging right hand.
Come on, Shane. Time out. Listen to me. One step back when I tell you to break, okay? Both of you, box on.
Good refereeing there from Howard Foster, stern refereeing, and Fury just upping the work rate here. Final minute here of round 4 of a pretty subdued performance so far.
Yeah, a little bit naughty there from Fury on the break, but Johnson took it well, didn't he? Didn't really complain. Good pro, Johnson.
Tyson, don't hold. Come on, let it go. Break! One step back.
We need to see a little bit more variation with his jab now, Fury. Maybe the long left hook, as well as that straight jab. Or even feint the jab and throw the hook, or feint the jab, throw that right hand. Needs something different now to give Johnson to think about.
Yeah, Johnson just standing and letting Fury move here, almost saying, come on. And Fury again pours out that left jab. Strange old fight at the moment, couple of boos ringing around the arena, but Johnson now moves forward.
Yourself and look to blocks. Keep a tight defence with this kid.
Just work on defence, yeah?
Work on defence and the jab, bump, slip in, pop the right.
Well, we can hear the Tyson Fury corner now with Peter Fury.
He's going to give an onslaught. He's not opened up properly yet. Yeah? So what you need to do is pace yourself a bit more, get more lights on your feet. Distance.
I just feel a bit heavy, you know?
Ball, leave on time.
Interesting there to hear Tyson Fury say, I feel a bit heavy on my feet.
Yeah, he'll come through that. He'll get his second wind. He's fit enough. Yeah, interesting as well, the crowd around us booing. I don't know why. I mean, he's in against a seasoned pro here, who really has only been beaten by Vitaly Klitschko, because he lost, obviously, in the prize fighter tournament back in London. It was only over 3 rounds. This guy's a 12-round man. So it's only Vitaly Klitschko that's beaten him. So I don't know why people are booing. You've got to be patient You can't expect Tyson Fury to blast everyone out. He's in against a proper opponent here who's going to give him a real test.
Yeah, exactly. He's given us plenty of entertainment here on Channel 5, and sometimes for the wrong reasons, because there's always that whiff of danger that he's going to be beaten. So there's nothing wrong with a controlled performance from Fury here. And you're right, that 3-round defeat by Torhamer in that prize fighter final, and defeat by Vitaly Klitschko, they're the only blemishes on this fella's record. You can argue about who he's fought, but you can't argue about performance when he's fought. Right hand there from Johnson. Just feel that he's warming to the task a bit here.
Fitness may be the key here, Dave, because this fella, he's come to fight, he's come to win. It looks like he's going to be here for a few rounds yet, so it's important that Fury has done the training. Says he has, says he's felt brilliant in camp, never been fitter. Well, this is the test now, and he's going his way up to now. I've given him the first 4 rounds, but there's a long way to go.
And Johnson's not a big knockout merchant, 13 knockouts in his 28 wins so far. But he is durable. And talking of fitness, there is a question, of course. He took this at 3 weeks' notice about how fit he is. We'll find out.
No holding, sort it out. Come on, both of you. Bring your way out. Sabotsi, time out. Tyson.
Another timeout here.
Okay, cut it out.
Another word from the referee. ...19 wins out of 19 so far for Tyson Fury. This arguably his toughest test to date.
It is, but you just get the sense now, Dave, he should just be up in the work rate here and up in the tempo a little bit. He's in against a fellow who's fairly easy to hit, slow coming forward, no head movement, so Tyson Fury should be doing a little bit better at this stage now. Should up the work rate.
Now you're finding your legs a bit, yeah? How was that?
Good.
Better. Yeah? Yeah, you're into it now, yeah? And look what happened. Couldn't get his shots off.
Well, Kevin Johnson still on his feet between rounds here, not going for a stroll this time.
Well, he's answered my question of how fit he was before those 3 weeks when he accepted this contest. He stood in between every round. He's fit, he's ready.
Just a feeling in the Fury corner there that he was getting into it, working his way into this fight and getting the measure of it, and he's come out more energetic here. Maybe suddenly he does feel lighter on his feet. This is better from Tyson Fury.
Listen to me. I take to stop boxing, don't go punch, okay? Box on.
Good start from the round for Tyson Fury, really putting the work together now.
There's Johnson.
Oh, that's better.
Backed against the ropes just above us here. Foster just telling him to not lean on his opponent, so he backs away and tries to get off some clean shots here. And almost for the first time in this fight, a little smile on the face there of Tyson Fury. And then Johnson caught him. Certainly not having it all his own way.
Remember, this fella was taught by Larry Holmes, one of the greatest heavyweights in the history of boxing.
They should be able to jab.
Yeah. Most definitely, but I'd just like to see now Tyson Fury really step on the gas a little bit here. There's a few signs that Johnson's starting to feel it. He's soaking up all the pressure. But how tough is he, and how long can he keep soaking this pressure up for?
Again, Fury just switches to southpaw, just tries to change the angle of attack here. Tries to confuse Johnson a little bit. Again, just leaning into Johnson, and again is told to move away.
Yeah, this is good work now from Fury. He's asking the questions now, mentally, for Johnson. Does he want to be in there for another 6 or 7 rounds of this?
Well, the chance at the big prize is tantalisingly within touching distance for Tyson Fury. But he's being asked some questions here.
Well, this has been a convincing round for me, Dave, for Tyson Fury. Boxed very well, put his man under pressure. Convincing round.
So convincing round as far as Richie's concerned. We can get the views now of James DeGale, who is with Joe Tyson.
James, your night next week, of course. How's the preparation going for Taniga?
It's gone good. It's gone really well. I ain't really been out in the gym since my last fight, so feeling good, feeling fit, feeling fresh, and I can't wait for next Saturday.
What sort of fight do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be tough. He's a good opponent. He's boxed at 3 different weights. He's boxed for 3 different world titles. He's been in with some good opposition: Pavlik, Usain Bolt. He's been 12 rounds with Tavares Cloud. So I'm expecting a hard fight. He's probably the best that I've boxed so far, and I'm just looking forward to putting on a good performance and getting him on my CV.
We'll all be watching. Thanks.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that fight is live here on Channel 5. Next weekend, same time, but not same place. Yeah, tough test that for James DeGale, and this is a tough test for Tyson Fury. Is it one he's just starting to get the best of, I wonder?
Well, we're halfway through this contest now, Dave, but I haven't given Johnson a round. He hasn't put a foot wrong here. Tyson Fury.
This is where Johnson's fitness will really be tested here, and also his durability against the bigger man.
Over there. Come here. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point.
Well, Howard Foster not happy there, taking a point off. What was that for? Was that punching on the break?
Yeah, it was. He told him to break straight away. And in fairness, Richie's warned him, I think, 2 or 3 times. It's good, strong refereeing, which a lot of people call for, so certainly not going to quibble with that. Too often you see warning after warning after warning that doesn't lead to anything.
Johnson, clever boxer now here, just slowed the pace right down. Obviously taking this contest at 3 weeks' notice. Doesn't want to really a high-tempo work rate, so he just slowed it down there. That's his experience. Keeping his man on the outside, he was there, but not throwing a shot. Slowed it right down.
But it should be Fury dictating the pace of the fight, Richie. I think that's the point, isn't it? As you say, Johnson cleverly using that experience, and that's why he's a good opponent. That's better from Fury, more positive anyway, more what the crowd want to see here. Again, Johnson, the man moving forward, the man controlling the pace a little. Fury winning the fight, certainly, but there is still a threat there.
Well, Fury's much more positive when he's on his front foot, when he's actually pushing Johnson back. And that's what he's got to do more of here. He's allowed Johnson just to dictate the pace a little bit, so we've got to see Tyson Fury now step on the gas a little bit, go through the gears, start putting the combinations together.
Well, the pace has slowed right down here. And that will suit Johnson, certainly. Strange old round, that one. Well, let's have a listen and a look now at that point being deducted from Tyson Fury. That confirms that, Richie.
Yeah, in defence to Fury, he knew he'd done wrong. He said sorry straight away. But I think the referee justified there in taking the point.
Yeah.
But he knew he'd done wrong.
When you're jabbing, yeah, don't drop this, pick it up. Yeah, glass closed up, because he does quickly, he shots it.
Yeah, it's putting it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Counter right and lean in.
Corners 10 seconds. Second time, right here.
Well, with Fury dominant apart from in that last round, start to get to the territory where you think Johnson will need to produce an unlikely knockout or stoppage to get the win here, unless, of course, he can cause some pain in the later rounds, unless he's been conserving energy, as you hinted he might be early on in the fight.
Yeah, one thing about Johnson, the experienced man, I mean, he's got a good win, hasn't he, over former world champion Bruce Seldon. Seldon was at the end of his career, but nevertheless, been a world champion. And he beat him with a fifth-round knockout.
That's good from Fury, although not quite sure he's earned the showboating there. Combination from Fury, but he does try and be a crowd pleaser.
It's probably what the contest needed as well, Dave. It was going a little bit, not dull, but at the same time it was getting repetitive, wasn't it, from Fury? We needed to see a little bit more action, and that's what we got from him. And that's got a response from Johnson as well, so he's starting to come forward now. And as he does come forward, he'll be there to be hit even more.
Fury was asking the break between rounds, am I side on enough? He's concerned about his technique almost. Had Johnson backed up, but Johnson's cute enough to get out of that particular bit of trouble. Seen a very different Tyson Fury here tonight. We've seen him destructive against Theatre, powerful against Chisora, job done against Pajkic and man alone when he, of course, got off the canvas against Pajkic, but this has had to be different.
Yeah, and I think he's listened to his corner as well. He's boxed with more caution here.
Tyson, come on, don't hold him.
Which I'm not going to knock him for that, because he's got to listen to his corner. And there is boos ringing around. They obviously want to see him knock this fella out, but he's tough, he's strong. Got the 12 rounds under his belt against Klitschko. I think he's proven a tough nut to crack.
And also, you sit and watch and comment, you can't have it both ways, I guess. He was criticised for being too loose against other opponents and too exciting. Well,
if he goes in against this fella, really takes a lot of risks and goes into that short and mid-range area, and that's where he's there to be hit, and he's vulnerable now and again, Tyson Fury. Mid and long, then, you know, he's in command, he's in control. The people like to see knockouts, they want to see him take a few more risks, but he's winning the contest at the end of the day.
Well, Fury ahead in the fight, certainly on Richie's scorecard.
Listen.
Have a quick listen.
Yeah, some good work from Fury in this round. Started putting punches together and did that combination with that lovely straight left hand there. Fury slowed it down. Here's that same combination, then he puts his hand up. It's a little bit cocky, but why not? That was a good combination there.
I like that as well in the corner, as we see Richie's scorecard there. Just that 1-10-8 round with the point deducted there for Johnson, Richie. Yeah,
I thought so, and I thought he won the round anyway, just nicked it, so it's a 10-8 round, but apart from that, Fury has been in total control. You've just got to keep it going.
Yeah, but I like that in the corner as well. Don't worry about this crowd. You do your job.
That's brilliant, yeah, very sensible coaching indeed.
He would love to finish this with a flourish if he could, to make a statement. And also to entertain. Because he is a born entertainer, Tyson Fury. For all the good and bad, I suppose, that brings. Just feel he's restraining himself a little when he fights like this.
Well, he knows he's in against a good 12-round man, you know, who's been 12 rounds for the title. So he's got to save. He's got to pace himself. That's what he's doing here, Tyson Fury. He's not taking the risks that he normally does. Lovely work. People will complain, a few boos, but I think he's doing really well here tonight, Fury.
Getting those feet moving. Certainly not that problem when he feels heavy on his feet earlier in the fight. He looks to be moving better than Johnson. Almost doing it a little deliberately now.
And he's listening to his corner also. His corner said several times to keep the movement going. They know that Johnson struggles with a moving boxer, definitely. Johnson would prefer Fury just to stand in front of him. Then it becomes a slugfest, but Fury's not about that, not tonight.
And he's showing his fitness here, certainly Tyson Fury, all that work in Belgium that he's been putting in.
What we need to see though, Dave, now is just a little bit more from him. Maybe stepping in, throwing 3s and 4s rather than the singles. He's playing it safe, it's all good, but we just need to see just a little bit more, just take it to the next level. He's confident, he's enjoying it. Let's start seeing some combinations now from Fury.
Yeah, necessary caution so far. In round 9 here, Fury ahead certainly, and aware of bigger prizes to come. Potential world title fight. The last thing he wants to do is take a silly risk and blow it. He's built up a big following here on Channel 5. He's also built up a big reputation for a certain kind of fight, and well, sometimes you have to go against that, and that's what he's doing here.
And there's some great contests out there, isn't there? Even domestically, David Price, David Hay, also, don't rule him out. And obviously the big prizes out there, the Klitschko's.
Yeah, negotiating an awkward stepping stone. Well, you can put in a performance like this, a sensible, disciplined one, as you say, with the thought of what's to come, potentially, Richie.
Forward again. He's up for that one shot, don't give it to him, yeah? What to do now is feint him a little bit more and double jab him.
Yeah, some good work again from Fury in that round, all at range, keeping his distance. Some good jabs. Johnson slow on his feet, there to be hit. But we need to see a little bit more now from Fury. But Dave, it's interesting, you know, when you compare Frank Bruno, for instance, his 30th contest when he fought Tim Witherspoon for the WBA heavyweight title. You know, this is only Tyson Fury's 20th contest. Lennox Lewis, his 23rd contest when he fought Tony TNT Tucker for the WBC heavyweight title.
You guys
to fight, okay?
Just another word here from Howard Foster. Yeah, this is Tyson Fury's 20th fight. You know what Frank Bruno's 21st was, don't you? It was Bone Crusher Smith. And he had to avoid his Bone Crusher Smith night, and he's doing that so far. Has Johnson just been saving something? I think we're going to find out now. As we move into the last 3 rounds of what has been on the surface a disappointing contest, but a disciplined performance.
What we need to see from Fury now is just to up the tempo. He knows he's got 3 rounds left. He feels fit. He's light on his feet. He should have confidence in his fitness. And just to silence this crowd, or literally get them on their feet a little bit, get them cheering his name, just put in a grandstand finish now. And up the work rate.
He was just telling our referee the floor was wet there. Trying to shout a warning. And they're just going to mop it in behind Fury, just to his left, as you can see on the screen there. That's just being dealt with. And combination there from Fury, looking maybe for a late stoppage. Keep talking about him making a statement. He's made one of sorts.
Yeah, and I think he could up the work rate now here, Dave. There's a spring in his step. He's got that second wind. His fitness is coming through. Now's the time to just up the work rate a little bit and put his man under a little bit more pressure. He's looking good here, Fury. His fitness is very good indeed. Again, what has impressed me, we spoke about it earlier, that now and again he lapses in concentration. As this contest has gone on now, then his concentration has been very good indeed.
We should remember the question of experience as well. Tyson Fury seems to have been on our radar for a long time, but before this fight, Johnson had boxed 173 rounds to 93 for Fury. This fella does have a lot of opponents under his belt, a lot more experience, a fight against Vitaly Klitschko.
It's time now to start pushing his opponent back a little bit more. 3 rounds to go, 2 at the end of this one. Start putting him under a little bit more pressure and push him back. Maybe target the ropes, push him back to the ropes. We haven't seen really Johnson on the ropes too many times.
Fury looking for that right hand almost for the first time. Been happy to win these rounds behind his jab. Again, the boos ring round the Odyssey Arena. When you sell tickets like Tyson Fury does, I guess they expect a certain kind of performance. Let's have a listen to the corner.
Look, he's getting desperate now, yeah? 11th round, he's lost a landslide. Don't take chances again. I don't give a shit. Listen, it's lovely boxing. Look, professional. Bump, 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 in and out, head movement. That's what I'm after here, yeah? Not taking silly shots, taking no chances with the fella, yeah? Right, Klitschko.
Fury here on the attack, putting 2s and 3s together there. That was better from him. Boxing at range. Not taking any chances, but then just gets caught with the odd shot here and there. And again, Johnson just on the attack. But another round for Fury. I've given him every round apart from that 7th round, which was a 10-8 for Johnson.
And the word they were almost using like a mantra in the corner was professional. And he's a man who's been criticised in the past for being unprofessional. So, again, to make that point, you can't criticise him for not throwing caution to the wind and taking 1,000,001 risks, although he threw a big right hand there, Tyson Fury. That's better from Fury. Good snap to his punches there.
I'll tell you what, Dave, he's one tough fella, this Johnson. I mean, the shots that he's taken in this contest, he's never been really shaken, has he? And Fury has got decent power. But Johnson, he's taken everything.
Body shot there from Fury. Under the right elbow of Kevin Johnson.
Keep it clean, don't lean on Tyson. Come on, don't lean on him. Right, step back. One step back.
Wondering what's going through Johnson's mind now. Is there a realistic way he can find a way to win this fight? It seems unlikely, I have to say. Dominant and controlled.
Come on, say. Stop boxing, let him go. Turn around, Tyson, go. Turn him round. Box on. Just go, Tyson.
That's good again from Fury, good combination.
Yeah, needs to go again now, Dave. There was a good attack there. That's where he needed that double attack.
Can he do in these last couple of rounds what Vitaly Klitschko couldn't do to Johnson?
Yeah, that was a good bit of work there from Fury. Just needed to create that gap again. He just fell into his opponent there, didn't he? And that just tied himself up on the inside there. Might have been a little bit lazy there, Fury. Just taking a little bit of a rest. Needed to step back, create the gap and space to work. He has upped the work rate though in this round slightly here. Has Fury. The referee not happy again with him, saying punch in the back of the head, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was saying, and I think he was right to say it as well. Well, you have Fury way ahead. I think most people will as well, as we move towards the final round.
Yeah, just shut out apart from that one round.
Well, he's getting applause and he's getting some boos as well, and there's a smile on his face.
Yeah, good work. So listen, again now, yeah, what to do now?
Last round.
I want speed in the centre of the ring, yeah, right? In the centre of the ring, double jab, right hand, slip, bump, bump, double jab. I don't want you mixing and getting in there at all.
Last round, okay.
Thank you.
Back of the head.
So nice and all. Bump, 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 slip and move off.
Yeah,
Keep him warm. No, exactly.
Just win, baby.
Yeah.
Just win.
Well, if you needed to sum up the evening, and the important thing in 3 words, you just had it there. Just win, baby. And that's what he's doing.
And Dave, that's what it's all about, this game.
And expect more of the same here from Fury.
Let's see if he listens to his corner here. They'll ask him to stand centre of the ring. Be confident and dominant from centre.
Look for the combination there. Still looking for that right, Fury. But he knows he's done enough. He's been told he's done enough. He's produced the performance that they wanted. He hasn't been able to stop this fella. Might still be able to in this final round. Still a couple of minutes, but you've been impressed by him, have you, Richie?
I most certainly have. I think he's taken another step towards a world title shot here, and there'll be people out there that will criticise him for this, but for me, it's been a well-educated, controlled display from Tyson Fury, and at world level, you've got to be controlled. You can't be reckless, because in the heavyweight division, you find yourself on the seat of your pants, waking up with a crowd around you, literally. So I think it's been very measured from Tyson Fury.
Work it out, fellas. Right, step back. One step back. One step back. Box on.
And if you were David Price watching this, what would you make of it, do you think?
Well, David Price, you know, he's someone different. Out the two, he's probably a little bit more refined. But yeah, it's going to be a great contest if it ever takes place. Tyson Fury and David Price.
Yeah, absolutely. Fury's shown Another side to him tonight. And again, he's just winning it behind that jab. Johnson with a left hand there, which Fury just about rode that shot. Credit to Johnson. We knew what a good defensive fighter he was before tonight, and he's proved that.
Yeah, tough, hard man, and certainly a heavyweight at world level, I would say.
And that's the point. It's about Fury moving up a level and proving he can mix it at this level.
I've been more impressed with his attitude and his concentration here, Fury. So sometimes there's been a question mark. He can be a little bit reckless here and there. He can be a little bit open in certain contests. But here, I think this has been a sensible, good display from him. And for me, he's won every round apart from that 10-8 round to Johnson.
Yeah, the message is, in the final seconds, you can't always be a crowd pleaser. Sometimes you have to do your job. The verdict is coming up next after a very short break.
Scores it 119 to 110, and both judges Terry O'Connor and Steve Gray are in agreement, scoring at the same 119 to 108, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Tyson Fury.